Now then, here we are in the beautiful Yorkshire Dales with the beautiful blue and the beautiful blue sky. Fantastic day to be out, and I am out testing some kit for RAB. Firstly, I have the Aeon Ultra 28 litre backpack, and already this thing is awesome. I'm very happy with this. It's designed for lightweight, fast moving sort of days out, possibly nights out. I mean, 28 litres, you can fit in quite a lot of stuff in that. I mean, I've not even filled it up, and I'm coming out for a night out and bivvying it tonight, so happy with that. I'm also wearing the RAB Sonic Ultra t-shirt, which is a lightweight sort of fast drying t-shirt, which is a great one to put on under a backpack because it just sort of stops any sort of rubbing, and it just feels like a feather, this thing. It's amazing. I'm also wearing the Talus trail shorts, which are sort of designed for longer runs, which have got a few pockets for stashing all the items you'll need for that. But I'll show you in a bit more detail once we've got a few miles under the belts, because this dog needs some exercise. So we're going to bash on and eventually find ourselves a place to sort of pitch our bivvy. Do you pitch a bivvy? Not really. Anyway, let's bash on. Whew. Well, a few miles in, and first impressions are good. This thing just fits you really well. It just sort of comes around and feels like somebody's giving you a hug from behind. Absolutely solid. The only thing I would say is these slightly seem like they're coming undone. I'm having to sort of hitch them back up again every sort of half mile, which could be an issue, but I feel I can overcome that by just putting a little bead of silicone all the way along it and just soaking it into the actual stretchy part of it, and hopefully that'll grip the clip. But yeah, overall, I'm liking it. It is good. And what a fantastic day to be testing a bit of kit out like this. Just sunny and beautiful. And although it's pretty warm now, tonight it's actually going to be fairly cold, I think. It might drop down to about 9 degrees. So hopefully I've got enough to keep me warm for that. But it's all fun, isn't it? Getting out and just enjoying it all. Come on, climb. Good lad. Hey Blue, come here. Fine. Good lad. Well, here we are in my most favourite place on earth, Brimham Rocks. It is just fantastic here, and every time you come you just get that real sort of a sense of how amazing nature can be. I mean, just look at those rocks behind you there, and all this just carved out over the last few 100,000 years by weather, mainly wind, sort of picking up sand and sandblasting all this just to get these sort of crazy shapes. And my most favourite tree is this one up here. Just unbelievable just how it sort of clasps onto the rock and just growing up to find the light. Amazing, really. Yep, I feel very lucky coming to places like this. But yeah, definitely worth checking out. Bring the kids here because it's just the best adventure playground. You cannot get better than this, honestly. So while it's still warm, let's have a quick look at this kit, starting with this backpack. So it's got a couple of sort of pulling sections across the chest, which I like. Often it's just one, but having that sort of dual support there, it really does feel like it hugs nice and tight. Simple buckle at the front, which you can just sort of pull forward. There's two ways of actually doing this, but you can pull it forward, which is the easiest way. Make it nice and tight and snug on the waist. There's two pull sections here, which just sort of pull all this in tight, and because it comes into a dual point there, it actually again just makes it feel really snug. So I am liking the backpack. So let's just whip this off. Also, to take these off, you can just see these just clip straight up. You don't have to do anything with that, nice and easy. So I'll flip that off. The bag itself is pretty much standard in lots of ways. You've got a handle for holding there. You've got a place just to attach your bladder for putting some water in, and that just slots down the back. We've got a nice sort of mesh system here, which I actually thought might be uncomfortable, but running with it, can't feel it at all. It actually sits really nicely on my back. The actual material it's made out of is waterproof, and they've taped the seams on it. So it's actually a roll top bag, which is really good, because then you're not faffing about having to think about packing your kit away in other waterproof bags inside. So as you can see, simple way of getting into it, and that just tightens up as much as you want to put your gear away. It's got one massive pocket on the back, which is just simple stretchy stuff, and I've just sort of shoved my waterproofs and an extra jacket in there, and two on the side which are accessible from the top and from here. So I've had this water bottle in here. The only issue I've had with this pack up so far today is that I've chosen a really crap water bottle to put in there, and it keeps leaking. So every time I bend over to do something with the camera, I'm getting wet on this side, so that's annoying. On the front, the two straps here, they're quite wide, so they actually fit really well over your chest. I've actually got a plastic bottle in here because my flexi bottles, which it should have in here, are all broken. I've got 4 of them and they're all bust, so I'm a bit gutted about that. So it would be comfier if I had a flexi bottle in there. But yeah, a couple of pockets. I've got my phone in this one, and that's just my sort of standard iPhone 11 or whatever it is. A couple of batteries in there, and these couple of front pockets on this bit, you can just sort of stash some extra bits of snacks. I've got some jelly babies, and obviously on the waist belt here there's a couple of nice pockets which also you can just sort of put some snacks in. So I generally, when I'm out and about, I'll put snacks in one so I can grab them quickly, and then I'll always put a hat and a cap in the other one just in case I need that. So there we go, that is the bag. But I am liking it, I really am. This t-shirt, I've got to say, is just like the lightest weight t-shirt I've got. It's really nice material, and obviously very good at sort of wicking away sweat and everything. It's just a fairly sort of slim fit, I would say, but it's not too tight. When it's too tight, it can sort of pull in areas, especially with the backpack on, and when you're running, just start to sort of chafe a little bit. But this seems absolutely perfect, so I'm very happy with this. And as you can see, it's not a bad colour, goes well with the black shorts. And these shorts, I'll just show you these. Let's do it properly, eh? These Talus trail shorts fit quite nicely actually. They're fairly sort of slim fit, very stretchy material, so there's so much movement in that, which just does not restrict at all, even clambering about on all these rocks and everything. Underneath they've actually got an inner which is like a lycra sort of short, which is quite comfortable as well, and with that there's a pocket on either side. So I'll just show you. In this side I've got my arm warmers, and I've not had any bother, I haven't even felt having those. On this side you could potentially put, just slot that in, you can put a phone in there. But the thing is, with having a bit of weight on there and you're bouncing about, you might sort of find that it starts to pull your shorts down, because there's no way of tying these up. You have to buy the ones that just sort of fit you perfectly. There's a couple of pockets at the front here, so you could put a couple of gels in, and also there's a zip pocket on the back just in case you want to stash anything as well. But again, my phone fits in the back pocket, so overall I think they're actually a really good short. So just yeah, you'll have to get down and try some on just to make sure that it sort of fit right, but I'm happy with those, definitely. So let's get back on the trail, get this t-shirt back on, bag back on. We need to go find ourselves somewhere to set this bivvy up and have a night under the stars. You ready then, Blue? Hey, you're a good lad, aren't you? Come on then. you can't beat getting to a trig point. It just makes you feel like you've accomplished something. It's usually the highest point, but not always. But just fantastic. You get up to these places and you can just take in the views all the way around. Yeah, just amazing. It really is every time. So yeah, just aim for trig points, I'd say. It's a good way of getting yourself to feel like you've attained something for the day. Anyway, we need to carry on, get some more miles under the belt, and just head off in any direction. It really does not matter. That's the fun thing about running. You can just sort of head wherever you want, and with a bivvy you can pretty much set that up anywhere you want as well. So anyway, let's get down from here and on to the next one. Look at this rock, eh? This is just one of the most amazing rocks there is. Just this weight all the way up here, massively top heavy, just stood on this tiny little spindly bit there. Yep, that's what happens to you if you don't do leg day at the gym. Most blokes miss it out, don't they? Oh dear. But it is nice to be out. I am so glad I made that decision just to get myself outside. And to be fair, it took some dragging to get me out. I'll be honest by that. I sometimes just have these things, like I think everyone does, where it's almost like you're getting pulled back and it sort of stops you from doing what in your mind you want to do. And you know, this time for me, I am so glad. As soon as I got out of that door and I set off, I just felt like fantastic. So just, you know, it's making the decision, but it's acting on that decision. That's what it's all about. So here I am out in the woods, just enjoying nature and feeling better from a bit of exercise. And I'm going to spend a night under the stars now. So yes, you just have to push yourself. And if you need someone to help you to push you, ask them. Ask your friends, family, whatever it is. If you need a bit of motivation to get you out just to do some exercise, then join like a club, you know, a hiking club or a running club, and you'll soon meet loads of nice people that are just obviously all there for the same thing. And there's no backing out then. You just sort of become part of something, and it's really, it's quite endearing, that it really is, to be sort of part of a team and really feel like part of a team. So yeah, that'd be my advice. It always helps you. And also, just, you know, if you need, just go out with a friend. Arrange with a friend to go do something like this. You know, a run, a walk, whatever it is. Just get out and just enjoy it all, because it's so worth it, and you will feel so much better by moving that body of yours. Just not when you get stung by nettles. What a lovely evening. That sky behind me is beautiful. It's nice sort of hazy sunshine. So I'm going to aim to get high up, and then I can sort of take the sunset in. Beautiful though. I'm just walking a minute because I've got some trail mix here. I am out of energy. Yeah, much needed. I'm trying to not look like I've got squirrel cheeks. Stuffed with nuts. I'm getting tired now. It's getting to that point in the day Oh, I've done a fair amount of climbing and it's all been off-road, so you have to concentrate constantly on where your feet are going. Oh, yes, nearly at a place though where I can just chill out and take in that lovely sunset. Here we are, another trig point. Oh, what a lovely place to be. Just, we've got all these lovely clouds just sort of wisping through the sky there, and then the sunshine, which is just about on its way down. Yeah, we've probably got about 25 minutes of sunshine left, I would say, doing the old finger test. So let's get this bag out and I'm going to show you everything that's in it. 4.5 kilos, then plus the water and the food, it ended up being about 6.5, nearly 7 I think. So let's lay it all out and show you. Oh, let's take a seat here. Oh. Wow. Wow, Blue. Aren't we lucky? Ah. Right, go on then. So let's have a look in this backpack then. Just undo this roll top. So first of all, Blue's interested because that's my food bag. I've got loads of different bits in there and there's way too much for a night. Go away then, Blue, come on. I've just filled up some water, which I'm going to use with my filtration system, my soya squeeze. I've got full water here, which I've already filtered. I've got a little tiny possibles bag. Let's have a look what's in here. So we have my toiletry bag, so sawn off toothbrush there with some Vaseline and toothpaste. Not fancy. I've just got some tape for taping myself up, just if I do my ankle or anything. Matches, always take some magic matches. A head torch, which is good enough to run in. A method of spooning my food to me. That is my water filter. The soya squeeze, and then it weighs a bit, does this, but I've had a Swiss Army knife with everything on it. It ain't a bad shout really. You know, there's tweezers on there, ticks, I don't know, knife, scissors if you need to cut any of that bandage, you know, just worth having one of those. So this is my electronics bag. So I've got a light in here, I've got a extra sort of battery for charging everything up, and my second GoPro, which just in case this one breaks, at least I can still carry on filming. Some long thin bottoms, which I'm just going to sleep in, and it just keeps me away from my sleeping bag rather than having your sort of sticky skin on your nice clean sleeping bag. Just some leggings there, and that's the same with just wearing another t-shirt, a new one. And what I'll do is, I've got my arm warmers just in my pocket of these shorts. I'm going to put my arm warmers on with that. I've got another pair of socks, which are a running sock. I've got my down jacket, just because I've got nothing else warm, so I'll change my top, but then I'll put my down jacket on to keep me warm. I have got a tiny sleeping bag, and this sleeping bag is the, I think it's a mountain equipment one. Sorry, RAB. And this is I think it's an old one, it's a 0200 I think it's called, but it packs up really small, it's down. Once I get a bit of loft to that, it will keep me warm for the evening. I've got my Sea to Summit pillow, so blow that up. I've got a mat for the dog to sleep on. He's just going to sleep out in the open tonight because he's not bothered at all, and he does that most nights anyway. I've got my Neo Air Uberlight sleeping mat, so that is going to go inside my bivvy bag. And then the RAB Alpine bivvy itself, so everything will be inside that just to keep us dry just in case. What else have I got in here? I've got a thin layer which is a RAB sort of almost windproof, this I'd say, but it's stretchy, so this is actually nice enough for me to run in if I needed, just as another layer. Thin pair of gloves. I have got a pair of waterproof bottoms. Again, you just never know, and especially if you're in the mountains, this is part of the essential FRA kit you need to take. So these are some Innovate ones, I think they are, and those are good enough to run in. They fit quite well over shorts and things, so they work well. And then the last item, barring a couple of little bits of food and a hat, is a waterproof jacket. Now this is a RAB Gore-Tex one, can't remember the name of it, I'll put it on the screen just somewhere here, but this is a ultra lightweight. It's a thin Gore-Tex jacket, but it will do the trick when you are out and about. There's nothing fancy about this, it's just got one pocket on the front, full zip front, you can pull it tight round the bottom, and that's pretty much it. But it does the job. So there you go, all that kit fits in this little bag, and you can have a decent night out, sleeping out in the wilderness, and move fast. And that's the main thing, that's what it's all about, being able to move fast and move quite a long distance without much effort. The sun has nearly dropped now, it is getting chilly, so I'm going to change my kit, take this t-shirt off, which is just sweaty as, put a new layer on, and then I can't wait to get this down jacket on. Straight away I'm going to put my arm warmers on underneath. Just making sure you've got full coverage, and to be honest, I'm a bit worried the midges are going to be out tonight, so having some full coverage over my arms and everything will be essential. I've also got a midge net for my face, because when you're in a bivvy bag you can't have your face just out showing to the world, because all those bugs will come and they will start chewing on you. Oh, let's get this down jacket on next. Tell you what, it really has dropped cold though. Get this RAB jacket on. Oh, there we go, straight away, what a difference. All wrapped up, eh? Nice and warm. Ready to take on the evening. Right, let's go find a place to set ourselves up, and then we'll get some food on the go. Well, I've had a scan around just to see if there's anywhere nice to lay down tonight and just take in the stars above us. But the best place really, I think, is just by this big rock here. There's sort of a bit of a flat bit here, and the dog can just lay next to me. It's just a case of chilling out and, yeah, just taking in this last little bit of light, because we can just sort of see over here. Got some lovely clouds forming. Yes, 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 yes. So this is the RAB Alpine Bivvy. Now this pack's small, it's pretty lightweight, and it's very waterproof. They use the event fabric for this, so it's waterproof and breathable. So perfect for a bivvy bag really. But being in the event fabric, It does cost quite a bit, this thing. Anyway, let's get it out. You can just see how plain and simple this is. It's literally just got a zip around the top with a storm flap over the top of it, and a few bits of Velcro just to hold it all together. So there we go, set up with the Bivvy. It is so nice bivvy bagging, just because it's the easiest setup ever. Takes seconds to do really, just blowing your mat up, that's the only thing. So anyway, we have got the bivvy bag here, which I've just sort of folded back. Inside that we've got the Sea to Summit pillow, which is very light. I've got this 0200 down bag by Mountain Equipment, and that packs up very small as well. I think that's good to about 6 degrees or something like that, so you know, that should do the trick for tonight, no problem. Got the thermarest just sat there beneath it. And then most bivvies, to be honest, are longer than what you sort of need for your body. And going on a standard sort of human, I mean, I'm just over 6 foot, so for me there's still always a bit extra space as well anyway. But that space usually you can just use at the top end there to put your bag or your few sort of bits that you need to sort of keep safe and dry. You can do it the other way, where you shove everything up this way and then put all the gubbins at the bottom of your bag out of the way. But anyway, we're ready to get some food out now, because the dog needs feeding and I definitely need feeding, so let's do it. Let's get the dog sorted first with some food. Got a nice plate here for him to eat off. There we go, some dry food and a bit of wet food. So I'll find a stick if I can. Just mix it together a bit with a stick. And then invite Blue up to dine. Get the Blue, climb. Come on. Here. Good boy. There we go. Good boy. Hey, come on. So I've got the dog up here stuffing his face, so it's time for me to stuff my face. Now when you're out and about doing these sorts of things, lightweight and running and what have you, you don't really want to be carrying a stove with you because they're just way too much. So I tonight have a chicken selection pack. So these are just odds and ends of bits of chicken. Yeah, these aren't bad actually. I mean, just taking a sandwich or something like that is not a bad idea. Or some sort of ration pack that you just need a spoon to eat with. Pretty tasty, just need some mayonnaise, that's all. I've also got don't talk with your mouth full. I've got some malt loaf. Malt loaf's a good one because you can squash it flat, and it doesn't take up much space, but it's quite dense, so it does fill you up well. A pack of salt and vinegar hula hoops, just to get a bit of salt back into me, and a double decker. So that is my dinner. Nice and simple, eh? That's all you need though, innit? Just to keep you going for a bit longer. I tell you what, it is so peaceful. There's like not a breath of wind now, and I'm just sat here chilling out against a rock. Simple life. Just forget about everything else going on in life and just take all this in and there's been quite a nice sort of sunset. The clouds have just been sort of dispersing themselves in such a way that just forming loads of nice patterns. So it's just been a pleasure chilling out, eating my double decker, having some water and watching that. It has been lovely getting out for a decent trail run today and testing out some new kit. I always get excited about that, but mainly that 28 litre backpack, the Aeon Ultra backpack by RAB. Really enjoyed having that on my back. It didn't bother me at all, it didn't rub, it felt comfortable. The only issue that I found with it was the two straps at the front just kept sort of slowly working their way loose. So, you know, every so often it's just a quick tug and it's back to it, but it shouldn't really be doing that. So I think that's something that they might need to try sort out in the future. I'll do my little add-on to that and I'll probably squidge in a little bit of silicone or something into the two straps, and I think that will sort it out anyway. Nice and simple. But you don't know unless you try these things out. So yes, good to test kit. And now I'm sat in my RAB down jacket in this RAB event fabric bivvy bag, and I'm gonna take in these last sort of 10 minutes of light and get myself to sleep, I think. Blue's just chilling at the end of my bivvy bag at the minute after his pleasurable day out exercising, which he always just loves, and he needs it, he really does. It's one of those dogs that needs that exercise and needs that stimulation, otherwise they go a bit batty. Yes, anyway, it's been a pleasure. It's time to brush my teeth, rest these old bones properly and lay this lug. So we'll see you in the morning. Morning flowers. Oh. Well, I slept pretty well. I woke up at 3:45 and set a camera up for the sunrise because there was a bit of colour just starting to show at that time, and I sat up for a little while and just sort of watched a bit of it, but I just dozed off again. But it seemed pretty beautiful, and now we've just got a bit of sort of hazy sunshine. It's just pressing itself against my face here and there, and it's just warming me up, ready for the day. Hey Blue. Yeah, good lad. So yeah, we're going to get ourselves up, packed up, and then back down off this hill, and I'm going to go to my favourite watering hole. And that is just for a quick dip. We'll have a dip, today. What do you say, Blue? Are you going to come in with me? He actually doesn't like swimming. He loves water, but he doesn't actually like going in, so he'll sit at the side and watch me jump in. Yeah, come on then, Bluey dog. Get on, come on. All packed up, ready to go, backpack on, leave no trace as always, and now let's get back down this hill and go for a quick dip. But it is fresh, I've got to say, it is fresh. Come on then, Blue. Right, let's get on. Well, that's warmed me up, but now it's time for some cold water therapy. Looks just perfectly serene though, doesn't it, today? Anyway, let's get this kit off and in we get. Hey Blue. Yes, a good lad. Yes, a good lad. Right then, no messing about. Let's get in there. Keep going. Keep going. Oh yes. Yes. Hey Blue. Come on. Come on. Oh yes. Whew. Oh, that is just refreshing, resetting the mind and the body. Come on Blue, let's get out of there. Blue, come on. Good boy. Oh, well, there we go. The end of another adventure. So if you fancy a bit of fast packing, there is enough kit out there that's lightweight just to get you on your way. Obviously you can check out the RAB website. I'll leave a link in the description. They've got a few bits that are actually pretty good, and the backpacks they've got are all new, so definitely worth checking out. That's one of the bigger ones, being 28 litres, but there are some that are a bit smaller, so you can have a look at those. But yeah, it's just amazing, isn't it, just to be out and just feel alive. So honestly, get yourselves out. This is what it's all about. Well, if you want to contribute to the channel, you can buy me a coffee in the buy me a coffee link. There's also the Patreon, so come and join the Patreon, because that is a nice small community of lovely people that just sort of want to help each other out. So I am trying to sort of build that and make that a better place to be. Join us for our next adventure, wherever that may be. Could be in the woods, could be in the mountains, who knows. But in the meantime, get yourselves outside. You have to do it. It will make you feel better. So from me and the beautiful Blue, we'll see you another time.